Morning everyone, and welcome back to another trout fishing video. Now it's been pretty miserable 10 days after the opening. We had a huge storm come through. We've waited around 11, 12 days and I've come up to a spot that I've always wanted to fish. We've got a bit of rain forecast later on, so hopefully that doesn't mess with us too much. Let's go find a fish. Looks like we've got a fish there. It looked pretty fishy, so well, I haven't cast to a fish in some time, so let's see how this goes, I guess. Looks to be in a pretty feeding mood. Oh, well that wasn't too hard, was it? Can't imagine they'll be in the greatest condition after all this flooding. Yeah, he's not. Come in like nothing almost. Oh, don't worry. Ah, there's another one down there. I don't want him to go down there. Beach him pretty quickly if we can. Ah, there's another one out there too. We're going to be pretty good today, I think, based on this. He's got his head stuck. Alright, well that's our first fish. Not in a great condition, but I can't blame them. For the amount of rain that they've had, I'm surprised they're still alive in here. Skinny as, we'll let them go quickly. We'll go catch these other fish that I've just seen. Not sure if this is the fish we've just let go or separate, but we'll give it a go. That was separate. Ah, better. Stay in the pool. It's a bit of a jumper, this fish. Quite a bit of a jumper. We'll bring him down here. Should be a nice easy landing down the bottom. Not if he wants to go in there though. Oh yeah. He's a lovely fish. Better than I thought. Oh yeah, you're in pretty good nick. Did he eat both of them, or is he? I think he's just sucked in the other one. Alright, let him go. Oh, he's ready.
After the first couple of the season ticked off, I headed upstream in search of more fish. There were a few pulls with no fish, and then eventually I came up to this interesting looking one with quite a large fish sitting on the right.
Going to require a pretty tight cast. Ah! Landed right on top of him. Didn't spook too badly though. Eat it. Oh, I got him. That was an awful cast. He's going down, I think. Yep. He was hungry. He took it with a lot of drag on the line. I think it's a hen. Alright, head round, head up, head round, can't swim. And we have her. Beautiful. We've got our first nice one for the year. Quite a lovely hen. And again, I can't quite believe the sort of condition she's in for the beating they've taken this last 10 days. Very nice.
I popped the hen back in the water and she powered away strongly. I came across 2 more fish in this run. They weren't interested in feeding though, as I messed up my cast.
Ooh, almost struck it.
I had another opportunity on a jack just upstream, but I couldn't quite get the cast in the correct position. Another fish that was sitting next to the jack ended up following the fly all the way down and almost ate it right in front of me before spooking.
And they're going to come right over to me and spook off of me.
It was quite a decent fish sitting in this swirly pool, but it was such a hard pull to get a good drift in, I ended up giving up.
Good. We have a fish sitting in this run. Going to have to shorten this indicator up. Sitting pretty shallow. Big fish though. Got this little branch to contend with. We're going to have to do a falsy. Bang. Bang. Oh, he didn't eat it. He looked at it. I'm going to do backhand, it might be a bit easier. Get out. Ah!
After all that, the hook pulled out. Since the fish didn't spook too badly, I attempted to put the fly back in front of it to see if it might eat it again.
God, he's still eating.
The fish actually took the fly for a second time, but I was too late on the strike. The next pull was classic trout holding water. As expected, there was a nice rainbow sitting just down from the head.
Alright, let's go. Keeps pushing it. Right on him. Got him.
The fish decided it was going to head downstream, so I was off chasing after it to prevent it from getting into the trees.
Beat him almost. He's out. And I haven't had a single fish grab the small one today. It's all been big bombs. Hungry fish. There you go. Oops. Out. Took a bit of getting. Another lovely fish. Not in the greatest nick as you'd expect.
I continued on upriver looking for more pools that might have fish in them. The gradient was beginning to increase, so fish numbers were becoming more scarce. I walked around the corner and found this really nice cliff pool. There were 2 fish sitting in it, and I was going to need a really good drift if I was going to sink the fly deep enough for the trout to see it. A very long and patient drift was rewarded with a take from the jack. There were a few more trout just upstream in the main part of the pool, but they weren't too interested in my fly after I'd already caught a trout out of this area. The next fish I found was in a large backwater with really deep water. It was cruising on a beat up and down the backwater, finding food on the bottom in the mud. The hen slowly made her way past my flies and didn't even look at them. On her return beat, I placed the fly much deeper and ahead of her slightly.
That was a guess. Dug it off the bottom. And get a bit of backwater action today as well.
I decided to take her round to a more stable piece of gravel to land her.
Hook fell out. Bit of a beaten up fish, that's alright. She gave us a good little challenge getting her out of here.
I headed upstream hoping to find a couple more trout before I got to the mountains. Although I did see a few fish, the gradient was too high for many more fish to be present. Before I headed home, I decided to lift up a few rocks to see what sort of food the fish were feeding on. On the way to the car, I stumbled upon a fish that I'd missed on the way up. Compared to the majority of the fish that I'd seen, this fish was in quite good condition and was ready to battle. And just like that, he was off downstream and I was scrambling after him.
Catch my breath, fish.
I pretty much had the fish beat and I was leading it towards the bank to land it and the hook popped out. Thankfully, just downstream from where I lost that fish, there was another fish waiting that I hadn't caught yet.
Coming. Go. Oh. Got control of them somewhat. Gotcha.
Look how blue his eye is.
with that final fish, I was nearing my exit point. It had been a great first day of the season for me, 11 days late, but I can't really complain when the water cleared up nicely for us. Here's hoping there'll be a little bit less water this summer and we can get out for a few more trout sessions. Before I go, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Rhys over on Patreon, who is now a part of the Snapper tier of supporters. You're an absolute legend, mate. If you're interested in supporting the channel more than just a subscription, head over to my Patreon. The link is in the description. Perks of supporting the channel is having your name shown at the end of every future post, plus having full access to bonus Patreon content. Cheers everyone, and I hope to see you out on the water soon.